Hello, Tetralogy of Fallot Speaks. My name is Regina Miller, and I love to talk about Tetralogy of Fallot heart disease. It is the disease that killed my firstborn daughter at the very young age of 2 years old. No one wants to bury a toddler. No one, no parent that I know wants to bury a child, period. But, life happens, and I'm the type of mother that I will not question God. I only trust Him for my life and the things that He has allowed me thus far. My goal is to help encourage, uplift, bring joy to a mother that is struggling with tetralogy of Fallot today, January 2024. Knowing that I buried a child, someone who still currently has their child, definitely would listen to me because I am here to bring light in a dark situation. I always get the question, how can you do this? How are you doing this? How are you able to share your life with us in the way that you do? And the answer to that is healing. Healing. You get healing in so many ways, and you don't realize the healing that you get until you start. See, staying in your darkness is where the enemy, the devil, wants you to be. I'm not staying in no darkness. I know that my daughter, God, and everyone who loves me do not want me to be in a dark place. So when I got myself together, I realized that in order to stay out of a dark place, I had to bring light to someone else. And bringing light to someone else gave me the persistency and the consistency to keep going. And as I kept going, I kept getting better. I kept feeling better. Things kept getting better. When you stay in a dark place, depressed or whatever, you're not going to get light. The only way you're going to get light is that you have to come outside. You have to come outside the darkness. And so for me, helping parents who's struggling still with tetralogy of Fallot heart disease children, that gave me a ding, 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 ding in my head said, this is it. And so this year, 2024, this is my 10th year raising awareness to tetralogy of Fallot heart disease. This is the year that I decided, okay, it's time to reach out to more tetralogy of Fallot families on all of my platforms. That's why here you'll see me talking more about tetralogy of Fallot this year more than anything, because it is my passion, it is my goal, it is my love, and it is changing lives every single time. I get so many inboxes, messages, words of encouragement thanking me to keep going. Mothers, people who living with tetralogy of Fallot, people who battling with tetralogy of Fallot, mothers, fathers, grandmothers, grandfathers, reach out to me every single day with a tetralogy of Fallot story, a tetralogy of Fallot letter of kindness, a tetralogy of Fallot letter of thankfulness. And that is my why. That is my sign. We all look for signs in life. Well, Lord, send me a sign. Well, that is my Lord, send me a sign. And so He sends me the sign, and I take it. I take it to heart. And that is my keep going. And so I'm just coming to bring you a short version of my why. And those of you who are sending me DMs, just all kinds of great letters and everything that you're sending me and you're saying to me, keep sending it to me, because it's helping me as I am helping you. Because as you know, it is not easy. It is not easy to do what I do, being a mother of a deceased child, a mother who has had to bury a child. It is not easy. But my go-to is that people like you and you and you and you who continue to reach out to me. That is my why. And so I'm doing interviews all year long. I conduct interviews every Thursday and Friday at my interviewers' convenience, because most of them are still dealing with children and they are dealing with tetralogy for themselves. So I try to be transparent and available with the interviews and not just say, oh, this is the time of day. I try to work with everyone because I am serious about getting the word out about tetralogy of Fallot heart disease awareness. In 2024, my daughter would have been 35 years old had she lived today with tetralogy and Fallot heart disease. Unfortunately, back then there was no technology as they are today. Okay, so you're talking 33 years ago. Okay, so that is a blessing to know that so many babies and so many families are getting the help and care that they need today with tetralogy and Fallot heart disease. And so I'm very happy about that. I'm happy every day to put a smile on a family's face because I bring light and joy. Thank you to everyone who sends in your donations, whatever it is. My donation fund ask is $1. If everyone who hears my voice sends $1, that's gonna give me the opportunity to go to the dollar store and make a basket. I can get something to send a mother and cheer her up. We also take soft teddy bear donations. So I can give you my P.O. box if you're interested in sending a teddy bear donation. And if you're interested in sending $8 donation, I can. That information is also available. And my home base is the Queen Victoria Miller Heart Foundation page on Facebook. The Queen Victoria Miller Heart Foundation is on Facebook. That is my headquarters where I usually get the most DMs and inboxes. But on all of my platforms, I want you all to know that you can inbox me, ask questions, send love letters, love notes of kindness to keep me going, as I am going to keep everyone going in the Tetralogy of Fallot community. If you would like to set up an interview with me, that is available. All you have to do is DM me and say, let me know that you want to do an interview, and I will put you on my list to at your convenience or whatever is good for you. But Tetralogy of Fallot, we're going to make a loud noise. I'm trying to do my best to get it out to as many people in the world as I can. You can share the information. That would be great. Um, you can even Google Tetralogy of Fallot if you want to know a whole lot about it. Like, get informed because you don't want it to be you. And that's the thing. Tetralogy of Fallot, it has no name. It has no family name. It has no, it's just a very rare heart disease. Did I think that I would have a child with tetralogy of Fallot heart disease and literally have to go through what I've gone through? No. Nothing that ever hits someone's life is expected. Okay? So, that's just like cancer and any other thing. Until it hits your house or someone that you love, or your loved one, you really don't talk about it or think about it because we're all, going about our daily activity, in our lives. But I'm here to tell you that Tetralogy of Fallot has no name, has no bloodline, it has no gender, it has no personality, it has no, it's not going to warn you, it's just going to be you. And so anything should be, you should give awareness. And so that's my job, to give awareness to tetralogy of Fallot heart disease. And I'm going to keep doing it. I'm going to keep coming. So every Thursday and Friday, look forward to seeing me talking about it. I don't do it every day. I might talk to someone every day about Tetralogy of Fallot, but I have other acts of life that I also partake in. So I dedicate Thursdays and Fridays to my Tetralogy of Fallot work and life assignment. And so I wanted to come on. I got a few people I'll be talking with this afternoon about Tetralogy of Fallot. So I may come back if they don't mind me videoing them out of the respect I do ask, because what I'm trying to do is, it's not to expose someone, but I'm trying to get as much exposure to Tetralogy of Fallot as I can, because that's how we can get the awareness out. Because if I'm sure those of you that's listening to this interview, right, me talking to you right now, you probably said, "What is Tetralogy of Fallot?" Well, for my daughter, Tetralogy of Fallot was she was born with the heart of an 80-year-old. That sums it up in a short way of explaining. And so it's a very rare heart disease. And like I said, I didn't know that that was going to be me. I did not know that that was going to be my firstborn child situation. But the question was asked to me a couple of times, what do you think that you did to yourself to have a child born with a heart disease such as the Tetralogy of Fallot heart disease? And I'm going to tell that story because I do have something that I want to share with the world, because a lot of mothers are concerned about, how do I prevent this from happening to me? Now, I'm not a doctor, I'm not anything like that, but I can share my truths with the world, and I can share my truth because this is my platform and this is what God has assigned me to do on the earth at this time. So I have to be very honest with my community, and so all I can think back to is before I gave birth to Queen Victoria, I had an early on pregnancy before her, and I had to abort my child. And so I'm thinking the only thing that I can think of is the things that happened to me before her. And so, as I explained to the world always, that I was a teen mother, a very young age teen mom. And so I'm thinking that because I was so young, having children, and I had to abort a child before Queen Victoria, I don't know what I did to myself. You understand what I'm saying? And so then when I was pregnant with Queen Victoria, I was discovered, the doctor told me that I had a sexual transmitted disease called chlamydia. Chlamydia is a sexual transmit. I didn't even know that it was sexual transmitted until my doctor told me, and I said, "Well, who's doing it? Because I'm only sleeping with one man, So there you have it, the rest of that story, and so those are the things that happened to me before I gave birth to Queen Victoria Miller. So I questioned myself, had that abortion not happened, or had chlamydia not happened, would I have not had a child born with Tetralogy of Fallot heart disease? And so that is my thing that I can say, that the only thing I can think of, having children as a teenager, that's a factor because you're a child. You know what I'm saying? So I'm very honest and transparent with my situations. I don't have nothing to hide. I'm here to help uplift and build people from my life testimonies. So that is my truth. And so I hope that helps another mother that is becoming a mother. You know, that is my only thing that I can say that questions my mind. What if I didn't have an abortion before Queen Victoria? What if I was not sexually transmitted with chlamydia while I was pregnant? What if? That's the only thing for me. So that's my answer to that question. And the question was, do you think that it was something I could have did to prevent my child from being born with tetralogy of Fallot heart disease? And that's my only answer for that. I talked to my doctors about it previously, because this is 35 years later. So, and they all said, no, because they've had parents with all kind of situations, that still had children with tetralogy of Fallot that didn't even have what I had going on, so, but always in the back of your mind, as I am an advocate for tetralogy of Fallot, I'm going to be honest, and that's the first time today that I shared those things with the world. And I'll be sharing this speech with all of my platforms because, again, I have nothing to be ashamed of. What I'm trying to do is help other people from my own self. You feel what I'm saying? So that's my story, and I hope that it really helps someone because being honest, everyone, is the best way you can help somebody else. You can't help other people lying. You have to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth. And again, my only judge is God, and He's got me this far. I have repented from all of my sins, and I don't care what the world says or judge me by, because if I had not tough skin, I wouldn't even be here. You understand? So, and again, this is my life I'm talking about. I'm not talking about nobody else's life. I'm just trying to use my life as a living testimony to help other mothers who are dealing with tetralogy of Fallot, trying to figure it out, trying to battle it out in their minds. I just use my story, and I can only tell my truth and hope to God that it really gives encouragement to someone else, because I literally had to bury a 2-year-old, and I know everything of what that feels like. So judging me is like judging the wall right now, because if you haven't been through what I've been through or walked in my shoes, you would not understand. So to God be the glory, and thank God for deliverance. Thank God for healing. Thank God for repentance. Thank God for the ability to move forward from our past, right? And be able to use our situations to help someone else. And that's the whole purpose that I'm here. Don't always take your life downfalls and your life hurts and pains and keep them balled up to yourself. I feel like in order to heal, which worked for me, I'm always tell you what worked for me is to open up and talk about it to someone, to God, to the world. Just get it out, because that's healing for me. And the other question is, how are you doing? How are you doing mentally, knowing that you have been through what I've been through, burying a child and things of such? Well, I take it one day at a time, one day at a time, one day at a time, okay? My daughter, Queen Victoria Miller, was the first tragic thing that ever happened to me. but there was so much more in the 35 years after her. And again, the abortion before her, that was tragic also. And one day on my YouTube platform, I will share that story because, again, I don't have nothing I'm embarrassed about. It's life. Women have stories, period. And I call them the silent hurts of women. You know, those things that we just don't want to talk about, the silent hurts that we just feel that we can't talk about because we're either embarrassed or ashamed or, what they're going to say. I'm delivered from all of that because I realize in 2024 that my story is going to help somebody else. I'm not worried about who says what or how they say it because you don't have a heaven or hell to put me in. And first of all, God designed and aligned and put me here on assignment to tell my stories. So come on, somebody. So hopefully, again, my stories will enlighten, uplift, and bring joy to someone. So if you would like to hear more of my intense stories, please follow me on YouTube, and I will be every day telling a story because I have nothing else to do. I have nothing else to do but to share my world before I leave the world. God bless, and y'all have a great weekend.